Alright, no cooling, fans on, no air coming through the vents. I pulled the batteries to make sure this wasn't on just because the batteries were powering it. Air handler's right there. Well, it does feel like there might be some air moving. So this is actually running on low speed. The red wire goes to low speed. We've swapped it out for the black wire now. Okay, I feel a lot more air coming out now. We got nothing. Oh, we just heard the hum. Oops. So, shut her off for a moment. We're going to test our capacitor. But we're only measuring 6 on the 40 side. We're measuring nothing on the fan side, so she's completely gone. Sometimes you get a big size difference. This one does the exact same job as this one. Slightly taller, a little bit of a difference. So the good thing is we have extra holes here. We can try to put the screw in a different hole. I'm not a big fan of the ones that have 4 on each. I like the ones that have 4, 3, and then 2, because then there's no question which is common, Herm and fan. But this one's actually Herm here, common there. There is a letter C right below there. I'll try to catch it in there. The other side will say fan, and then there's a side that says Herm. It's stamped on there. But C is where we'll hook the power up. Herm is where the compressor wire goes. And then fan, usually the fans are brown, and a lot of times your start wiring for your capacitor will be yellow. You can always look on your wiring diagrams. I am starting to get old. These things get smaller every year. So here's not a terribly complicated wiring diagram. I've already spotted our capacitor. It's labeled RCCF. If we go to the component code, we go down right there. RCCF is the run capacitor for compressor and fan. And you see Herm has yellow wires coming off of it. Now here we just have the one yellow. But if you look closely, one of them comes down here and says, if used, note 2. And over here's the notes. That is a start assist factory equipped when required. We obviously don't have that. There is another yellow that goes over to SR, which is the start relay for the compressor, and in this case it's optional. It is not present. So it only leaves one yellow wire, and if we trace that last yellow wire down, we're going to come over here and land on the S terminal for the compressor. You see it says comp. Should you need it, comp is short for compressor. And then we got brown on the fan. There's the F terminal, and you look, you see the BR. Tells us that wire is going to be brown. We trace it down, and it's going to come over here. That's the first I've seen main and aux on that. Goes to CM, which is a condenser motor, but it says outdoor fan motor. Same thing. Condenser motor is the outdoor fan motor. That leaves red and purple, and we can see the red wire RD comes up, lands on the contactor, and you can see it comes up right down, lands right there on the contactor, and then the purple wire is going to come over here and go down to the main on your condenser motor. Now in this scenario there could be another red that would go to that start assist, but we do not have that here. So anytime you come across the wiring diagram, just look at it. Look at the codes, the component codes. It shows you your color code when it abbreviates the colors for the wires. You'll see notes occasionally, so you'll look down here in the notes. That'll tell you what that note would be referring to. Alright, so that's just to touch base on that. Now again, size difference here. Let's see if we can choke up here and use one of these other screw holes. And looks like that one there will be perfect. That ain't gonna go anywhere. So now we're just going to flip our disconnect back over. That is the sound we like to see, hear rather. Alright, so we're blowing warm air. Alright, we are starting to sweat back now. Good and cold. Alright, so we're gonna measure. I got 74 degrees. Oh, pulling up the wall, okay. Alright. So return air. Almost 91 degrees. I forgot what my other temperature was. Short-term memory. 91 and 73, so 18 degrees. All right, we like the easy ones. Well, hopefully he's able to pull something informative out of that one. We'll see you guys on the next one.